Hey there guys, welcome to Tech84. Today we're going to take a look at a demonstration of installing new RAM modules into a late 2012 iMac. We're going to be adding 16 gig of RAM on top of the already installed 8 gig of RAM that was installed when I got the Mac new back in 2012. So we're going to dive right in a moment. Hopefully you find this tutorial useful and it'll help you with your project at home to do the same sort of thing. So yeah, let's get stuck in. Okay guys, so let's take a look at the setup of my 27-inch iMac in the first place before we move into the upgrade. So to do this, we go up to the Apple menu and About This Mac, and that tells us that we're running Mac OS Mojave, which is 10.14.6. It's a late 2012 iMac, so I've had this, let's say, a little over 7 years and haven't had the need to do any upgrades to it so far, which I think is fantastic, and one of the reasons that I buy Apple products is that they last so well. You'll see it's got a 2.9 GHz Intel Core i5 processor, which probably seems a little bit out of date nowadays, but like I say, still doing a great job, and the 8 gig of memory DDR3, which is what we're going to upgrade today. So if we have a little look at the memory tab, you'll see there that it confirms that we've got 8 gig installed and on board already, and that's configured across two 4 gig sticks in the first two slots. There are two available slots below that are showing as empty here, as you can see, and it's those slots that we're going to be installing the crucial memory into that I've bought today. So relatively straightforward operation. There are some instructions if you want to follow them, linked directly here from the memory window. And if you click on that, it navigates you to the Apple support pages where you can find and select the relevant Mac that you have, and it confirms a little bit about the RAM that you should be buying. If you've not yet bought your RAM, you can look into that and confirm exactly what it is that you're buying. And I'll pop a link in the details below for the RAM that I bought off Amazon, which arrived speedily as always. As I always find it's great with the Amazon Prime service. And as I say, it goes then through explaining how you do the work to upgrade your RAM. But I'll talk you through that now, and shouldn't take too long, and hopefully we'll have a really good result. So yeah, we'll move over now to my camera, and we'll walk through the installation of that RAM.
Okay, so I've turned off my Mac using the normal shutdown procedure, and I've popped the power cable out of the back of the Mac so that it's disconnected. This will give you access to the relevant port. Now, you probably need to put something soft underneath your Mac screen, so you can't see it from here, but I've got a towel folded up neatly underneath the Mac screen. That means you can protect the screen from getting damaged or scratched. So what we're looking for now is the hatch that allows you to access the RAM modules and the spare slots. So you can see, if we look in there, just where the power cable was, you'll see here a small push button hole. Now we need to push that quite firmly, so you need to get something in there to push that in. I use the end of a pen, obviously with the nib of the pen, not pushed out, but that one's pushed firmly. We'll pop this little cover up here, and then you can take it off. So I'll just do that, and then we'll cut back. Use something just under the edge, something that's not going to scratch, just to pull this up, just so you can get some purchase. But if you lever that up, you'll see that the door comes off quite easily, and in there you can see your existing RAM modules. Now, if you push the pins either side open, so these push out to the side, and pull them upwards towards you, you will notice that the RAM modules come out slightly. And as you can see there's two clear slots that are available for installation. Now, you've got two options here. You can remove the existing DIMMs that you've got in here, or should you wish to do so, as I am, you can leave those in and add new. So what you need to do, the DIMMs align specifically with a little notch out of one side, so that you get them aligned correctly. On this, the notch is on the left hand side here as we look at it, with the shorter end on the left hand side, but yours may be different, and it tells you on the Apple website where to look for yours, so that you know. So I'm just going to grab my RAM that I've got here. As I say, Crucial RAM 2x8 gig sticks. I'm going to pop this out of the packaging and I'm going to pop it into the slots, and I'll show you me doing that in a moment. Okay, so there's the individual DIMM. Be careful when you're handling this that you don't damage any of the components. And if you have got an anti-static band, you should probably wear that as well. I don't have one, so I'm going to take my chances, but I'm sure it'll be okay. So if we just pop the DIMM in the relevant slot, not very easy to see there, to hold the camera at the same time, and just push that down, clicks into place with a little bit of force required to get that in, and then take the second stick of RAM and pop that in as well, and again just a little bit of force required to pop that back in. Okay, and that's simple as that. And then just push the levers back down, and all the DIMM modules will click back into place, and you see those little levers tucked back on either side, so that they're all neat and secure. Cover for the modules there, pop that in, and pop that back in place with a clip there, and you can see that's all clicked in nicely. So we're now in a position where we can plug the Mac back in, turn it up, turn it back on its stand, plug it back in, power it up, and let's see what's happened there with the installation.
So we're booted up nice and quickly, no error messages or any issues, logged in as you normally would, and we're just going to have a little look and see if that RAM is being registered and installed. So as before, click on the Apple menu, top left hand side, and select About This Mac, and you'll see there that the memory is now showing up as 24 gigabytes. So 8 before, 16 added, 24 gigabytes. Even with my basic math skills, that sounds right to me, appearing there as you would expect. And if we just click on the memory tab, it confirms that all memory slots are currently in use, and you can see there confirmation that it's 24 gigabytes in total that's installed. The 2 4 gig that were there previously remain in those 2 first slots, and the second 2 slots are now occupied by the 2 8 gig sticks. And that's about it. So fully upgraded, all seems to be working fine. But as I say, that's that done. You know, in nearly 8 years, 7.5, 8 years of owning the Mac, this is the first upgrade we've had to do. So really fantastic that's all we've had to worry about in that time. As I mentioned, I'll pop a link in the bottom of the video in the description to the RAM that I bought on the Amazon website, so that you can see that there if you've got the same model of Mac as me. But yeah, be careful that you do buy the right stuff and make sure that it's appropriately sized for your use. There's a number of different websites out there that will allow you to check the type of RAM that you need, and I'll just add some links in the description about those as well, so that you've got those to reference. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that little video there for you, and gives you some insight on how to change the memory modules or add memory modules into your 27-inch iMac. Very similar process for the smaller iMacs as well. Really straightforward, and definitely something you can tackle at home and save yourself a fair bit of money compared to taking it into the Apple Store or into a computer shop to get the work completed. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a good day.